In this example, I have a system of 3 equations. And this kind of problem we saw in section 5.3. And the way that we did them in class was that somehow we combined these equations to get 2 other equations having the same 2 variables. And in this problem, the way I'm going to do it is that I'm going to eliminate x and end up with 2 equations having only y and z. Once I get these 2 equations, it'll be a system of 2 equations and 2 unknowns. I should be able to solve for y and z, and once I do that, just plug it back into any of the original equations and get the answer for the last variable, x. So I'm going to start by combining equation A and equation B, but before that I'm going to multiply equation A by 4. If I do that, you can see that I'm going to end up with a new equation with just y and z, and I'll call this equation D. After that, I'm going to combine equation B and equation C, but once again, before I do that, I'm going to multiply equation C by -4. And by doing that, I'll get this other equation with just a y and a z, and I'll call it equation E. So it's very important that these 2 equations have the same 2 variables. And now that I have that, I'll set up a system of 2 equations with 2 unknowns, and I should be able to solve for y and z. And I'll do that by taking E and multiplying it by -1 and combining it with D. And I'll first get the answer for z. Z equals 3, and I can plug it back into either the D equation or the E equation or the -E equation. It doesn't matter which. In this case, I'll just plug it back into equation D, and I'll get the answer for y. So now I have z, or the value for z, and I also have the value for y. So now I'm going to take these 2 values and plug it back into any of my original equations. Any of them will work, provided that it has an x, which is the remaining letter that I need to solve for. So I'm just going to plug it back into equation C in this example. So plugged in the -3 for y and the 3 for z, and I'll get the answer for the remaining variable, x equals 2. Now, in class, I mentioned that as a final answer, I wanted the answer written as a coordinate point with x, y, and z. And there it is.